Hey everybody, so I just wanted to take a minute to talk a little bit about some of the things that are going on with Magic the Gathering and maybe kind of some of my personal feelings about it. Spider-Man just been released and then we're kind of just moving on to the next set, to the next set, to the next set. Even when Spider-Man was being shown, before even they released all the rest of the spoilers, they were showing us Avatar. And now that Spider-Man comes out, now they're showing us Lorwyn Eclipsed for next year. And then they're also now showing us Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is the first Universes Beyond set for 2026. So it's almost like we have to have a short memory on these things. I just want to take a minute to talk a little bit about kind of the impact that this could possibly have on some people, including myself. And that could be the fear of missing out, or FOMO, what they call it, right? Don't feel overwhelmed with the fact that next year's going to have 7 standard releases with 4 Universes Beyond, 3 in-universe sets. It can be a lot, especially if it's a Universes Beyond, kind of like Final Fantasy, where it becomes harder to find the product, or the product's very expensive, or singles really hard to attain. If you're looking for standard cards and you want to build some things with some of the Final Fantasy cards and they're very expensive, it's hard to get those decks built. Think about other avenues of which you can play. Things like MTG Arena, it's a free thing to play. You can get a standard deck. It's easier to rotate. You don't have to spend $500, $600, $700 every 2 or 3 sets. We're talking about every 6 months, and that could be a lot of money. It could be a big strain. And don't try to over purchase as much, like all the items you can. Try to, figure out what's good for you, since you're kind of getting kind of a look ahead, especially a very far look ahead as far as what's coming out. Sometimes we can kind of use our better judgment and just say, hey, you know what, I want a lot of Spider-Man, or I want a lot of Lorwyn. For me, it's like in-universe stuff, so I'll want a lot of Lorwyn and Strixhaven and Reality Fracture. And sure, when the Universes Beyond sets come out, I'll buy stuff. I love opening packs. As you guys know, if you watch my channel, I love opening packs. That's what we do here at MTGRX. We open packs. So I'll open them, but for the most part, buy singles. That's a very easy way to do it, especially if you're a Commander player. I play Commander myself, so I tend to buy a lot of singles here and there, piece by piece, to kind of keep building on my decks. So that's kind of like one of the things that I try to focus on. The same thing, like standard, I typically use Magic Arena. I do have usually a standard deck hanging around, so I can go to my LGS, play some standard, but mainly sealed if I'm going to be going to an LGS. I like to draft. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite formats. But yeah, if you're watching this and you see it, you can relate to some of this stuff, especially with the amount of product that gets pushed out nowadays with Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro. Don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel like you have to buy everything. Just figure out what works for you and build what you can. And if you're having a hard time and you feel like you want certain cards and you can't find certain cards, just know there are other avenues in which you can pursue to try to be able to fill that area in your life. That's all I got for you guys today. Until next time.